Hello, friends. I recently had a conversation at a party with a woman who had attended a conference where I was a presenter. And after I introduced myself, she said, "Oh, I remember you. You presented at the Beeson conference." And then she went on to tell me that my presentation was very meaningful to her. It was entitled "How to Build Your Caregiving Team," and that my words and work that she did later on encouraged her to reach out and expand her team. I was really floored when she told me that her support group had spent 3 consecutive weeks working on the handouts that I had provided the participants. Hello, I'm Dr. Renee Harmon. I'm the author of Surfing the Waves of Alzheimer's. It's a teaching memoir about my husband Harvey and his time with younger onset Alzheimer's disease. Besides the memoir, I do speak a good bit about caregiving for patients with Alzheimer's and other dementias. So what are these handouts that caused this woman to expand her idea of her team and her support group to spend 3 weeks on it? Well, as I said, the title of my talk is How to Build Your Caregiving Team. And as part of that, I provided each participant 2 handouts. One of them is titled Team Members, and it lists broad categories of people that might be on your caregiving team. So the first one is self, and then there's family, friends, extended family and friends, neighbors, your faith community, community resources, and the like. And then I illustrate those with various stories that are told in my memoir about how particular people helped my husband Harvey, my family, and myself during the 8 years of Harvey's illness. And I asked the participants to start jotting names down of people that are on their team or who they think might be on their team later on that team members handout. Then I show a slide of the handout entitled Tasks. There are 30 tasks listed on this handout and slide of all the things that need to happen in a household where dementia is present. Some of them are routine tasks that need to happen in any household, like cooking dinner, cleaning the house, yard work, paying the bills. But there are other tasks that are specific to a household where dementia is present. Things like making sure the loved one has physical activity, socialization for the loved one and for the one giving care. And then I give the participants a few minutes time to assign a name to each of the tasks. And I encourage them to continue this task at home because there's really not enough time. And that's what this woman and her support group did for 3 weeks, is work together to match up the team members with the task at hand. So my new friend told me that after she had done this, she realized that there were too many tasks on her task sheet that she shouldn't or couldn't do by herself. And it prompted her to hire outside help to free her up for some free time and to do some of the chores at home. And I realize not everyone can afford to hire outside help, but that's when you look at your team member handout and think of friends and family and neighbors that you might ask to take on some of those tasks that you don't need to be doing all by yourself. So I realize that my words carry weight. And I wrote the book because I knew my words could help others in similar situations. I wrote the book that I wanted to have when Harvey was diagnosed. But I get used to writing about and speaking about Alzheimer's disease, other dementias, and caregiving, and I forget just what an impact my words really have. So having this conversation with this woman who was at the conference was humbling, but also reinvigorating for me. So thank you to Janet and to all of you who read and listen to what I have to share. Thank you. Be well and keep your balance.